The Firewall of Fate. Chapter 1, The Girl Who Sold Sunlight. When she was 5 years old, Maya Santos sold mango slices under the scorching afternoon sun. Her family lived in a tiny shack near the edge of a crowded city. Some days they ate 3 meals. Some days they didn't. While other children played, Maya learned something different: survival. She sold mangoes, handmade bracelets, old books, and sometimes even helped neighbors write letters for a few coins. By age 10, she had memorized the habits of buyers, understood negotiation, and discovered a secret truth: people always needed something. If she could solve a problem, she could earn a living. Her mother often told her, being poor isn't a crime. Staying helpless is. Maya never forgot. Chapter 2, The Scholarship. At 14, Maya found an old broken computer in a junkyard. Most people saw trash. She saw opportunity. Night after night, she taught herself programming through free internet cafes and borrowed textbooks. She repaired the computer piece by piece until it came alive. Soon she was writing software. Then she was breaking software. Then she was discovering vulnerabilities that cybersecurity companies couldn't find. At 17, she won a national technology competition and earned a full scholarship to one of the world's best universities. By 25, the tech world knew her by a different name, Ghost Shield. The anonymous hacker who hunted scammers, dismantled phishing networks, and rescued victims from cybercrime. Nobody knew who she was. And Maya preferred it that way. Chapter 3, The Billionaire. Across the world lived Adrian Vale, founder of a global technology empire. Worth billions. Feared in business. Admired in public. Lonely in private. One evening, Adrian received what appeared to be a legitimate message from his chief financial officer. The transaction request was urgent. The documents were perfect. The signatures were flawless. The hackers had spent months preparing. One click would transfer nearly $4 billion into dozens of hidden accounts. Adrian almost approved it. Almost? Seconds before confirmation, every screen in his office went black. A message appeared: greater than do not send. Greater than you are being scammed. Then another line: greater than check account 472A. His security team froze. The account was fake. The entire operation collapsed within minutes. $4 billion had nearly vanished. The mysterious hacker known as Ghost Shield had saved him. For the first time in years, Adrian couldn't stop thinking about someone. Someone he'd never met. Chapter 4, 3 Saves. Months later, Adrian finally met Maya during an international cybersecurity summit. He expected a famous executive. Instead, he found a woman quietly drinking coffee while wearing a $20 jacket. Their first conversation lasted 3 hours. Their second lasted 6. Their third never really ended. But fate wasn't finished. First save. A criminal organization targeted Adrian after losing millions from Maya's anti-scam operations. One night, his private vehicle's navigation system was hacked. The route was redirected toward an isolated warehouse district. Maya detected the intrusion remotely. She shut down the vehicle's systems and remotely alerted authorities. Adrian escaped unharmed. Second save. Months later, a hostile corporate rival planted fabricated evidence designed to destroy Adrian's company. Stock prices plunged. Investors panicked. Governments launched investigations. Maya spent 72 sleepless hours tracing digital fingerprints hidden across hundreds of servers. She uncovered the conspiracy. The evidence went public. Adrian's company survived. Third save. The most dangerous moment came unexpectedly. Not through technology. Not through business. Through life itself. Adrian's private jet encountered catastrophic failure over the ocean. Emergency communications were crippled. A satellite emergency system connected briefly to a cybersecurity monitoring network Maya maintained. She recognized the distress signal. Within minutes she coordinated rescue teams across 3 countries. The passengers survived. Including Adrian. When he saw Maya at the rescue center, exhausted and shaking after 40 hours without sleep, he finally asked, Why do you keep saving me? Maya laughed softly. Honestly? I'm starting to wonder the same thing. Chapter 5, The Truth. Weeks later, they sat together on a quiet rooftop overlooking the city lights. For a long time neither spoke. Finally Adrian broke the silence. You saved me 3 times. Maya smiled. You counted? How could I not? Adrian looked at the skyline. Everyone thinks I built everything myself. And? They're wrong. Maya waited. I know how to make money, Adrian said. But you remind me why it matters. For the first time, Maya had no clever response. Her entire life had been about solving problems alone. Fighting alone. Winning alone. Surviving alone. But somewhere along the way, Adrian had become the one person who looked beyond her reputation. Beyond Ghost Shield. Beyond the headlines. He saw Maya. Just Maya. Then she whispered, You know something? What? I spent my whole life saving people. Adrian looked at her. And? Nobody ever asked if I needed saving too. The billionaire reached for her hand. You do. Their fingers intertwined. Not because one completed the other. But because each had found what the other lacked. Maya gave Adrian purpose. Adrian gave Maya a home. Epilogue. Years later, the world's largest anti-scam foundation protected millions of people from cybercrime. It was funded by Adrian. It was led by Maya. Children from poor communities received technology scholarships bearing her name. Many would become engineers, entrepreneurs, and cybersecurity experts. Whenever reporters asked Maya how she became one of the greatest hackers in history, she always smiled and gave the same answer: everything started with a little girl selling mango slices. And whenever they asked Adrian what his greatest investment had been, he never mentioned his companies. He simply looked toward Maya and said, believing in the woman who taught the world that real wealth is protecting others. And for once, both of them were richer than any fortune could measure.